Okay, we're live. Oh man, you know that it's way too late in the day that I haven't done a live stream when I get uh, when I get comments on my previous live streams. Hey, when are you gonna do your live stream? I saw that and I was like, oh crud. Yeah, yeah, I haven't done it yet. So here I am doing it. Let me drop this in the pinned comment. I find that maybe if I just like put it there, but I don't like talk about it. Let's see if we just don't even talk about it, if it's fine. All right. So you can see in there, story time, Fender Bender. Here's the story. So my wife asked me to get ginger and garlic. Now, where's the best place to get ginger and garlic? You know, of course, the Asian supermarket, right? So we've got this huge one called the Chinatown supermarket. It's this mega complex of, Asian restaurants and hot pot, and they have this just massive, grocery store. I don't even want to call it a grocery store. It's bigger than a grocery store. Full of everything you could ever need. There's an entire aisle, literally an entire aisle, just of instant noodles, right? This is the kind of scale we're dealing with here. There's frozen things. There's, you can buy a whole squid. You can buy, my daughter and I, we got little chicken spring rolls. They were only $1 each. And I said, oh, two. And she put 3 in the thing. And I'm like, no, 2. And then I realized she couldn't communicate it to me, but they were like 3 for the price of 2. You got a free one, and they were only $1 each. So we got to enjoy these 2 little chicken spring rolls. They were delicious, absolutely delicious. All right, so here's the story. So we're pulling out at the Asian supermarket. We got a pretty lucky close spot, clear, totally clear. I check my periphery. I make sure I'm clear, as I usually do. And then as I'm backing out, I guess maybe I was between mirrors or something, and the lady behind me was also backing out, and much faster than I was, kind of one of those quick, out kind of things. And she, this is the way I'm saying it. She hit me, right? I'm making my out. And maybe I should have, like, oh no, she's coming, right? And I was not going fast, right? It was just like, oh, let it off the brake, and I had my foot on the brake, and she was just like zero paying attention and slammed right into me. And so here we are in this very busy, super, hectic, crazy parking lot, and people coming in, and it's huge, right? Hundreds of people coming in and out all the time. And so I got out of the car, she got out of the car, and her car is spotless. I mean, like pristine. There's a little bit of like my paint on her car, and she got out and she kind of brushed it off, and all of it like just kind of wafted off of her car. And I was like, well, your car looks fine. I'm like, and then my car, so about the size of like a softball, the game softball. It looks as if someone threw a softball directly at my bumper. Now it's not on my paint. It's not on like my like the metal part of the car. It's just on like that plastic bumper on the outside. And I was like, well, your car's fine. I don't care. This car is like literally older than the kids I teach at high school, older than my own children. And I'm like, we're okay. It's going to be all right. I don't care. She said, do we have to like trade information? I said, don't even worry about it. This car has had so much abuse. This is nothing. And she was like, oh, thank you so much. Because like she knew she was just, pretty much entirely in the wrong. The only thing that I could say, oh, that was my fault, is that I was, I must have been like switching between one mirror and the other. I'm always looking at my periphery, right? I'm always looking around. I was looking at my back mirror, looking at the side mirror. I even looked behind me and I didn't see anything. And then suddenly, I just on the driver's side. So she was coming, I'm trying to think in the mirror here. So like she was coming from this side and banked into me. And I don't know. Luckily, all we had is just kind of like a softball-sized. It's not even an indentation. It's just like cracked texture on the bumper, and so I don't know. It's not that bad. Oh, Sandy, Utah, Tyson, awesome, very cool. Yeah, thank you. Oh, you're driving soon. Oh, Callie, be so careful. I'm like hyper aware now of my of my surroundings. I'm trying to make sure that that I'm safe. So I want you to be safe too. And now knowing that I'm okay, my daughter is okay, everybody's fine. The lady and her husband or boyfriend or whatever, they were like, that was nothing, But my car, my very, very old minivan, was worse for wear. And so, if you're wondering if it's me that you're driving behind, look for the big, like, softball-sized, like, desert cracks in the bumper. Oh, gosh. Yeah, everybody's fine. All right, I hope that today is a doable puzzle because, you know what? Yesterday was very tricky. Very, very tricky. And Callie's evil laugh said everything I needed to know last time. So let's see what we can end up with here. Phone, break, football legend, saddle, keys, bell, wallet, alternative, king, wonder, change, moccasins, intercom, departure, and alarm. Okay, so off the cuff, I saw things that you might store in your pocket. You've got your phone, you've got your keys, you've got loose change maybe, and your wallet. No. No. How dare they? How dare they? Oh, no. Okay, well, maybe a phone, an intercom, an alarm, and a bell? Okay. Oh, I'm so, like, gun shy from last time, right? The last time I played, I thought I had it in the bag, and then I wasted all of my guesses, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so then, man, I really thought, right? Phone, keys, wallet, maybe some loose change. Let's see, saddle, maybe moccasins? Saddle and moccasins are made of leather. Football is made of leather. Ooh, and maybe a wallet might be made of leather. Things that are traditionally made of leather. Awesome. Cool. Okay. I feel like these are like movie titles or something, like Legend, Johnny Legend, Nat King Cole. You know what I mean? Stevie Wonder, Alicia Keys. Nice. Singer, songwriter, pianist. See, I'm a musician. I know these things. Johnny Legend, Stevie Wonder. That's so funny. All right, so then alternative, break, a departure from, or a change. Varying from the norm. Yep, that's a great way to say all four of those words. Varying from the norm. All right, things that ring. We've got an alarm, we've got a bell, we've got an intercom, and we got a phone. Things that traditionally made of leather, right? We got a football, moccasins, a saddle, and a wallet. Singer, songwriter, pianists, Alicia Keys. Who's king? Is it just Nat King Cole? I don't know. B.B. King. Maybe B.B. King. He played guitar though. Johnny Legend and Stevie Wonder. And then variation from the norm, an alternative, a break, a change, and a departure. And sadly, that is number one from our streak. Look at this, look at this, look at this. That was a 100%. Look at the top one. One of each color. That was completely a red herring. I mean, that is the definition of a red herring. Phone, wallet, keys, change. Yeah. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. Okay, let's play the mini. Awesome. You know what I ought to do? Hang on. Because I like... Oh, you know what? I can't do that. Hang on, this is going to take a sec. So then what if I scroll? Can you still see that? Oh, you can see that. Okay, good. I was afraid you weren't going to be able to see it, but you can totally see it. Okay. Format for many e-signed documents. Email. Oh, probably PDF. PDF. I was just talking to my photo kids about file types today. The PDF, the PSD, the Photoshop document, the JPEG, the most common file type for images, the PNG, great for graphics, logos, right? It supports transparency. And then, you know, PDF can be like graphical images, or it could be documents. Aspirations. Maybe like dreams. But dreams doesn't fit because that's DREAM. But then there would be like an S on the end. So I think there is an S because there's an S in the puzzle. Let's see if I'm wrong. This thesaurus is awful. Not only is it awful, it's also... What's another word for awful? But this, you know, the thesaurus. So it's like a different word. Awful. Truly bad. It stinks. I don't know. Southpaw by another name. How about lefty? Lefty. I learned one of the first words I learned in Portuguese was the name for lefty. I don't remember why. Why did I learn that name first? One of the people I was with was left-handed or something. I don't remember why. But if you are right-handed, you're destro. And if you like dexterity with your right hand, destro. And if you are lefty, then you are canhoto. Canhoto. Or canhota if you're, female. They do the plurality of words, right? Everything is a gendered, either masculine or feminine. And you have to memorize which one's which, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. Deli bread variety, maybe rye. Rye. Word after flower or fire. Flower power. Whoops. Power. Firepower. Yeah, that works. Looney Tunes character with the catchphrase, "You're despicable, despicable." That is Daffy. You're despicable. That's funny. What you might blow in when you're blowing in the wind. Flute. That's funny. What you might blow in when you're blowing in the wind. The woodwinds. That's funny. Actress Gadot. That's gal. And then adjective for a fox is sly. Cool. My coworkers were making fun of me because I take a longer time than they do on the puzzle. That's because I narrate the whole thing, right? I got to make it interesting for you guys. Okay. So we started at the top here. Format for many e-signed documents, PDF. I was actually, literally just this last week, I was talking about file types with my photography kids, their strengths and weaknesses, Aspirations, their goals. Goals. This thesaurus is awful. Not only is it awful, it's also awful. But it would be a bad thesaurus if it said it's awful, and then another name for awful is awful. Doesn't help. Now, that's so interesting to put the same word. Usually if there's a word in the clue, then you're not also going to see it in the answer, right? You're not going to say the clue in the answer. But this one, they're telling a joke, right? That is the joke. That it's awful. Southpaw by another name, a lefty. Deli bread variety is rye bread. There, see? I accidentally scrolled down a tiny bit and made it look weird. Word after fire, flower or fire, flower power or fire power. Looney Tunes character with the catchphrase, "You're despicable." That's Daffy Duck. What you might blow in when you're blowing in the wind. The flute. I love those ones that have a question mark at the end because they're like, that's a stretch. And that one was a joke answer. Actress Gal Gadot. Adjective for a fox, a sly fox. Nice. Okay. Let's see. Let's come up with a word. In honor of the bumper that I got hit with, how about let's say break. Oh, no way. No way. An R and a K, and then there's an A somewhere too. Hot dog. Okay, we're not going to let it get to our heads. We're going to come up with another non-intersecting word. Like point. All right, there's a T somewhere. Could we do it in two? No. Resist the urge. You did this 2 days ago, and I ended up eating my hat last time. Two times ago. I was like, I got all the letters right now. I'll just dive in. Like T-R... A can't go there. Okay, but what if it is? Trask, Tralk, Trelk. What if it is? Okay, I'm going to try it. Okay, that one paid off. Oh gosh, we got it on the third. Look at our usual. We get it on the fourth most of the time. Okay, so I was real sensitive about that one because in the past I have said, I have all four letters out of my first two words, right? I come up with a word and then I come up with a non-intersecting word, and that was point, and I got four letters out of that. I'm like, I've got this, which I did 2 days ago, and then I came up with a word, it was wrong. And then I guessed again. It was wrong. And I'm like, we're running out of guesses. So I tried on the fifth one finally just to come up with a third non-intersecting word. I was like, all right, fine. I'll eat my hat. Let's do it. And that did actually give me the fifth letter. And I had to rearrange and stuff. But I'm like, can't you just, go with the flow, go with the system? Now, if I have, all four letters, man, the temptation is there, especially if I've got two in the right order. How lucky is that, man? I'm telling you, I'm not lucky enough to get it on the first try, right? But seriously, I am pretty decent at coming up with a good opening move. So we started with break in honor of the, you guys saw the headline of my title here. So I was backing out of a stall at the giant Asian supermarket, kind of near my house. It's a little bit of drive, but it's worth going because you get super cheap stuff for very decent price. Lots of food. I mean, there's, an entire section just of Asian, instant noodles and like a whole candy aisle, a whole everything you can imagine. And every sort of daikon radish and ginger and smoked mushroom and, all these crazy things that you're like, whoa, I didn't know they had that. So it's very authentic. You can get anything imaginable there. I got my classic Chinese restaurant lo mein noodles. That's where I get those. There's a whole noodle aisle. So there's two aisles. There's an instant noodle aisle, and then the noodle aisle, and half of it is all rice noodles. The other half is like wheat and other grains. So I was pulling out of the parking lot, and I'm a fairly careful driver, right? And I'm looking behind me, I'm looking in my mirrors, and I pull out because it looks clear to me. And then I guess in my blind spot or something, here comes this lady that kind of darted out of her spot also at the same time. She and I, very, very mildly collided. I got the brunt of the damage. She got out of her car, I got out of my car, and she brushed off the paint. I don't even know if you'd call it paint on the bumper. It's like powder or something. It's just really old. And it came right off, and there was no trace of any kind of damage, no hit, no nothing. And she looked at me, I looked at her, I was like, I'm good. We're good. You guys aren't hurt or anything. My daughter and I sitting in the car. And she was like, are you sure? I was like, yeah, whatever. It's fine. What a hassle to get, insurance involved and stuff. I was just like, you know what? It's fine. Let it go. What a nightmare to think, oh gosh, now, the police are coming or something. Like you gotta make a whole scene out of it. But luckily it was not. It was not at all. It was a very mild thing. If you see me on the streets, look for the softball-sized crack, not crack, but like the paint chipping. It kind of looks like desert cracks on the plastic bumper. Her car was totally fine, but my car is older than all of the kids that I teach, older than my own children, and I'm like, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just let her drive away. And like, it's not worth my time. I've got to, I was going to, I between then and now, I even went on a bike ride with my kids. I was like, okay, we just got to clear our minds, just do something else. So it was worth, being, what's the word there? Not generous. I guess it is kind of generous to just say, you know what? Forgiving, right? I was like, you know what? Just allow it to happen. We'll move on. Move on with your life. Okay, in today's Strands, like that. What's the magic word? Oh boy, I see a Z, like alakazam or something. Alakazam. Yep, okay. But I wonder if please is in there, I see a G. There's magic is probably in there too, MAC. Oh, but magic, magic is part of that, so I don't know if it would be in the spangram as well. Abracadabra's got to be in there. Abracadabra. Shazam. Okay, usually it's got to be words that are like in the English dictionary, but I am not seeing so far. Alakazam is not English. It's not any alphabet. It's not any language. How about just ta-da? There you go. Oh, this is probably the spangram. Casting spell. Spell. What? How about presto? Presto. casting spells. There's an S on the end. I kept forgetting the S. I kept forgetting the S. Silly me. Silly, silly, silly. Okay. What's the magic word? Alakazam. Ta-da. Presto. Shazam. Abracadabra. Casting spells. That's the one. You know, it's been really nice the last little while. Like I've been like, come on, can we just have some nice weather? And my kids and I went for a bike ride today. It was awesome. It was awesome. And my fingers weren't even cold or anything. It's great. All right, so we've got to try solving it in 6 words, which means maybe there are some tricky letters. Like I see a J. There's no E and there's no S. That's always tricky when there's no E or S. There's no N for ING. There's an R, an H, and a K. The good thing there's a CK right next to each other. CTJ. Just thinking of words already. I and G and O. A, F, and U. Jock. Still have my little sticky note pad. If you guys see any words, I love playing this one together with you. So if you see any words that might work, let me know. Stuff to start a word with a K. Cujo. All right, I'm going to write that word down. Yesterday we had a couple great words. I have them written here. Federal, that's a great word. Here, we'll write this one down. Track. All right, let's go for some of these harder letters, like I was going to say fragile, but that doesn't work. Groat, that's a word. Oat groats. Okay, so what if we did groat to track, but then we still have the H. So we have the U, the H, the F, the I, and the J. And we got plenty of words, right? This is only two words, right? 2 words, that's fine. And so we have 4 left. So what I want to know So how do we do this? Here, let's restart. I got those two written down. Fruit. We could also say trust. No, I can't say trust. There's no S. There's no S. And then we're on the K again. And the K, it's tough to do something with a K because you're like, what are we going to do? Okay. I can't spell it with the G because GI is on the same side. There's no E. Man, this one's tough. Kit. Yeah, kit is a word. I just wonder if there's a longer word. We are trying to get rid of the H. What are the high pressure words? We got U, H, F, I, and J. So if I can come up with maybe something to get rid of the J, maybe an F and a J. Thuja is a word. It's is that an herb or an essential oil or something? Thuja. Heard that one before. Oh, there's a college level word. Archaic. Archaic. Now the wheels are turning. Finally, the wheels are turning. Yeah, we could start with jar. Yeah. Let's see. So we're starting on the C. And if we can get over to, we need the F still. I'm trying to see what else we need to cover. So we've got the K. I'm trying to see if these answers can get us over there. So if we can end on a T, then we could say track, and that gets rid of the K. G-R-O-A-T, but we still need the F. Oh, we don't have an E. I could say cipher. Cipher could have been a good word. Oh, there's no N. Crouton. That's a great word, crouton. Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write these two down so we don't forget them. Archaic. So then the C, we could just say something like simple, like caught. But then we still need the F, the G, and the K. Okay, we could say thug. I can't say graft because AF is on the same side. G. Oh no, it's a ghost. It's a ghost. You got 5 words? Yeah, I've got my 5 words, but I've kind of painted myself into a corner. Thug. Could say thug. Let's see. I'll write some of these down. Whoa. That's me. There we go. I accidentally threw my pen down on my switcher and it sent me over to just the input by itself of just my camera. That's really funny. That is incorrect. That is very incorrect. It's like I split up into a million parts. Thor. Though. That's a fine word, though. I really need to get over to this F. I could put it at the beginning. What about... I got it. I got it. Okay, ready? We're going to drain the swamp. F-O-U-G-H-T. Fought. Fought leads us to T-H-U-J-A. Thuja. I think it's an essential oil or an herb or something. And then archaic. What a genius level word there. R-C-H-A-I-C. Archaic. And then we really just need the K. All right. I'm going to put a naughty word on the board. There. I did it. It helped me figure out the puzzle. Now, what I love about it is that you can solve these in a multitude of ways, right? We did it within the 6 words. In fact, we did it in 4 words. You might be able to do it in 5. You might be able to do it in 6. My sweet little daughter, the first time she saw this puzzle, she was like, oh, I'd try to make as many words as you can. She had like 20 words, and they were all like 3 letters long. You know, I was like, no, that's not how you play. It was really funny. We did great, though, in four words. We're 2 under par. Jellybread, how did you solve yours? I'd love to hear. If you're playing yours, I'd love to hear how you solved yours. Because that's the great part about it. Everyone's is going to be slightly different, you know. So, fought led us to thuja, which is an herb. Or let me look it up. I keep thinking it's an herb. Maybe I'm totally wrong. Okay, so thuja is a plant. Oh, cypress. Yeah, 5 species in the genus. Apparently, you can use it for skin tags. Apply product containing thuja occidentals. Yeah. Sometimes applied directly on the skin for pain, osteoarthritis, muscle pain. Look at that. Wow. It's an herb. It's apparently an antifungal, so it must be Arbor vitae. I think you probably recognize that, right? We've all seen that kind of tree before with these kind of berries, you know. That's a thuja. There you go. Well, we learned something new today. Look at that. Okay, speaking of learning something new, let's go over the different puzzles that we did today. Oh. Yeah, so Jellybread. Oh my gosh, what a game. What a game. Here, let's go back to it for a sec. I'll show you. So, yeah, think of like golf. The less words, the better, right? The less strokes, the better. So you're trying to use all of the 12 letters in under 6 words, right? So if you can do it in 4 words, that's great. If you do it in 5 words, that's great. If you do it in 6 words, that's great. There was one time, just once, I even took a screenshot of it, that I got it in 2 words. I still remember the words too. It was like heavenly, and I think I have a screenshot of it. I'll have to pull it up. Anyway, I did it in a very short amount, in just 2 words. I thought we were trying to get up to 6 words, not using all the letters. Yeah, so we're trying to use the letters in 6 words or less. Yeah, it's a great game. So fun. So fun. And there are many, many ways to solve it. This is one way that uses kind of, college level words. You could, if you had the words in mind, you could solve it with a high school level vocabulary, it's very accessible if you love wordplay, maybe if you also have a dictionary nearby, that helps too. Okay. So the connections was fun today. Finally, for once, it was a puzzle that we actually got. I have kind of sucked at the puzzles lately, specifically the connections. I've had a hard time with for some reason in the last little while. Things that ring, right? An alarm, a bell, an intercom, and a phone. Things traditionally made of leather, a football, moccasins, a saddle, and a wallet might be made of leather. Singer-songwriter, pianists. That's Keys, Alicia Keys. King, is that B.B. King? Now, here we go. I'm going to look this one up again. Who is King? King, pianist. Henry King. Henry King. Okay. I know Nat King Cole, and I know B.B. King, but he was a guitarist. Let's see. Legend. John Legend. Yep, Johnny Legend. No doubt. And then, of course, Stevie Wonder. We saw Stevie Wonder come up in one of the previous installments of the game, too. Or maybe it wasn't Connections. No, it was the mini crossword puzzle about 3 weeks ago. Something about Sir Duke. Very famous song. Look up Sir Duke sometime. And you'll go, oh, I know that song. Hold on, I know that song. Super famous. It's got this great unison line through it. Da 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 da. You've heard that one before. Alternative. Let's see. Variation from the norm. An alternative, a break, a change, and a departure. Okay. So the next one, the mini crossword puzzle, right? Format for many e-signed documents, a PDF. Aspirations, goals. This thesaurus is awful. Not only is it awful, it's also awful because the thesaurus is not giving him other words. He just comes up with awful. So funny. Southpaw by another name, Lefty. Yeah, Lefty. Got a lefty in my family. Deli bread variety, rye bread. Actually, fun fact about me, I don't like rye bread. I don't like anything caraway seed. Give me something with caraway seeds in it, and I will probably just throw it away. And I can even pinpoint where that came from. You know, sometimes you're like, oh, you know, I don't like that thing, but I can't tell why. You know, maybe it's like some deep childhood trauma. I can tell you exactly what my childhood trauma is. I had a babysitter, you know, many, many moons ago that every day that I was there, she made sandwiches, and it was on rye bread. And did I eat them? Yeah, I mean, you don't have a choice, right? You're with your babysitter, you're hungry, you're going to eat. And every single day, without fail, it was always a sandwich on rye bread. And given the choice right now, even just the smell of rye bread, I go, oh, no, thank you. Yeah, rye, anything rye bread, I'm like, and you know, it's so sad because, you know, there's corned beef and, you know, corned beef on rye, and there's, you know, a Reuben is on rye bread, and there are like delicious sandwiches, but if I get a sandwich, I will make absolutely sure that it is not on rye bread. So if we go out to lunch, just remember, whatever sandwich I get, don't order it on rye bread. Word after flower or fire. Flower power or fire power. Looney Tunes character with the catchphrase, "You're despicable." But he says it, despicable. You're despicable. And then it's Daffy Duck. On my other channel, my gaming channel, KirkMan Gaming, I played Tiny Toons Adventures on the NES, like the original Nintendo Entertainment System. And I could not for the life of me remember the characters' names. And there's Dizzy Devil, like there's like a counterpart for the others, right? For Tiny Toons and Looney Tunes. So Tasmanian Devil, that was Dizzy Devil. And then Sylvester, I could not think of the little cat's name, and even right now, I'm having a hard time thinking of the cat's name. It's in the game I just called him Sylvester Jr. And then Daffy, the Looney Tune. Let's see, the Tiny Toons counterpart of Daffy is Plucky Duck. And then, you know, Bugs Bunny, and it's oh my gosh, Bugs Bunny, Buster Bunny, named after Buster Keaton. And I still can't think of the dumb cat's name. It's not, you know, I called him Sylvester Jr., but I know it's not Sylvester Jr. If you remember, let me know. Daffy and Plucky Duck. Actress Gal Gadot. And then adjective for a fox, a sly fox. And if nobody shouts it out, maybe I'll just have to look it up because I don't remember. The name of Sylvester the cat, his Tiny Toons counterpart. I'm trying to think if I can even come up with that. I remember after, as I was editing the video, laughing at myself because I didn't know the answer, and I looked it up and was like, oh, duh, that's the answer. So if you guys don't shout it out in the comments in a little bit, maybe I'll look it up. Okay, we varied from script this time with the Wordle, and it actually worked into my favor. So my typical strategy is to come up with a 5-letter word and then just sort of deal with it. And then the second word, I come up with a non-intersecting word, a word that doesn't use any of those first 5 letters. And I did that. I came up with break, which was a good break for me. Look at that. There was an R in the right place and a K in the right place and then the A somewhere. And then I came up with that non-intersecting word, point. And usually I come up with a third non-intersecting word. And if I did, it would have been, I don't know what it would have been. Maybe gawk. Yeah, probably Gawk. Or does it have an L in it? But that's only 4 letters. I don't know. I didn't make it that far because I thought, you know what? I've got 4 letters. 2 of them are already in the right place. So it's either A, R, T, blank, K, which doesn't even make sense. And I'm mixing letters around. I was like, all right, what if I just like Leroy Jenkins, dive into this, try it out. And I tried track. And it worked for me. That was a good thing. Sadly, 2 days ago, it did not work for me. I came up with my first word. I came up with my non-intersecting word. And then you know what I did? I thought, I know this. And so I just dove in. It was wrong. I dove in again. It was wrong. And then I'm on my 5th guess. I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe I'll come up with a third non-intersecting word. And that finally helped me, and I got it. So don't do what I did 2 days ago. But today we got lucky. And my strategy works, right? 100% win rate on the Wordle. Pretty decent. I've been playing for, what did it say, 80? 74 plays? 74. It's not a streak, right? I'm not trying for streaks. If I do a daily puzzle, that's okay. Great. Awesome. I try to do it once a day. But if I miss, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Don't stress about things that you don't need to stress about. Now, there are some things you need to stress about, right? Like, for example, if they're goofing up your work and you can't do your work like you're supposed to, that is what's happening at my work. So all right, the strands today we did really easily. Today's theme, what's the magic word? So here's a bunch of magic words about casting spells. Casting spells. How about presto, alakazam, ta-da, shazam, and abracadabra. Abracadabra, abra means open, and cadabra means a cadaver, like a body. So are you like opening a body? What? Strange. And I am happy to report that we did our letterboxed in only 4 words today. Look, we had 6 words, and I was 2 under par today. We got fought, which led us to thuja, which is a type of cypress tree. And then the A led us to archaic. Great word. I even wrote that one down so I wouldn't forget it if I had to erase the puzzle. I wrote archaic. And then I also wrote cut, thug, track, groat, fruit, and truck. Those are all words that you could maybe make some puzzling out of. And then the C led us to that word right there. And I'm not going to say it so I don't get demonetized, but you know what it is. It's a male chicken. What were you thinking? Gosh. Okay, I did promise that I was going to look this up. Okay, so Sylvester Cats, Tiny Toons cat. What's the Tiny Toons cat? Furball. There it is. And what a goofy thing to search too. You know, these like sometimes when you search for things, it's like, oh, that's a new sentence. That's a new thing. In Tiny Toons Adventures, Sylvester's counterpart or in-universe mentor is Furball. And it has 2 R's, 2 L's. Isn't that funny? Furball. While I've got you here, you know, we're about to sign off, but I thought it would be interesting for you to know that I am still in the running for America's Favorite Teacher. I'm doing really, really, really well. Surprisingly well. Better than I thought. I thought I'd maybe be out in the first round, second round or something. We're in the second round right now, and I am thriving. I'm doing very well. even with everybody else here, fighting for their lives too, right? We're all trying to get our votes up and such. And I am on top. So thank you for those daily votes. If you haven't yet, you can vote once every 24 hours. And here, I'll put this up too, Sue, if you want it. There's a QR code. Hold on. There you go. You can do the QR code right there. Or there's a link in the pinned comment, a link in the description, link in lots of different places. But I would love for you to vote for me. That would be super cool. If I win, I get $25,000 that I would buy a car with. I need a car, because of course I had somebody run into it today and it didn't make a lick of difference. And so what does that tell you? That the car is a piece of junk, right? It's barely holding on. It clicks when I turn, and there's, oh my gosh, so many things. I would just love to get a better one that's more reliable for my poor children that deserve better. And so help me become America's favorite teacher. I get $25,000 and a trip to Hawaii. How awesome would that be? And I appear in Reader's Digest. Oh, and by the way, Bill Nye the Science Guy does an assembly at my school too. So even just Bill Nye by himself, money aside, trip aside, Bill Nye, holy cow, I'd love to meet Bill Nye. He's like a hero of mine. So yeah, click the vote button. Links in the description. It's also on my channel page. You'll see it lots of different places. There it is. Did my sound cut out? No, it didn't. Okay, awesome. I just want to make sure my sound didn't cut out. Somebody said a couple weeks ago that, hey, you were talking and then you cut to something else and your sound cut out. I fixed it. I'm just like super paranoid about it now. Oh boy. Yeah, America's favorite teacher. At first when I saw it, it was an ad on Instagram. And then look at how far we've come. We're in the second round of voting. Second round, as you can see, ends on Thursday. Thursday, what time is it now? Yeah, about this time on Thursday. About a half hour from now. Thursday, 2 days from now. So the clock is ticking, right? I gave kind of my little bio, why I'm a teacher, why I love teaching, right? If you do donate, it benefits the Planetary Society. Now, I was looking at their rules. It's not 100% of a benefit. It goes, they have to take out their operating costs and stuff. And they're kind of secretive about, how much the operating costs are, unless you dig. And they're based in Pennsylvania. I looked it up, and the Pennsylvania State Office of the State or something, you search them up, and it tells you exactly how much they contribute. And it's like 58% or something. So, I mean, operating costs, they have to pay their employees and stuff. It's still nonprofit and whatever, but it goes to a good cause. Most of it goes to a good cause. Some of it doesn't. Well, I mean, running the thing is technically a good cause because they support a lot of causes. You get what I mean. I would love for you to just do that free vote, though. Just click cast your free vote. Slow and steady wins the race. If everybody put in one little vote, once a day, set a reminder in your calendar, we would have, more than enough votes to get us through this. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah. Anyway, what a great stream. Thanks for an awesome time. We solved a couple of great puzzles. And here, we'll put this on my goofy face there. A kid in my class said, that looks like your thumbnail face. So, sure, your thumbnail face. Anyway, you guys are great. Thanks for an awesome stream. Thanks for some help on the puzzles, coming up with words for the letterbox and stuff like that. So, yeah, always a pleasure to have a cool stream like this with you guys. So if you like what you saw, subscribe, and I'm doing one of these pretty much every day, unless I miss one day, but usually I'm doing it about once a day, right after school, right after work. So yeah, you guys are great. And I will catch you on the next one. See ya.